guys, it's Kwame, and we're back for the next Monkaizer video for you guys today. We have Arcadeger Bullkaizin right here. This guy is really fun, really fun. He's the next like big mech of the line, and he's just so cool. Can't wait to show him off, but without further ado, let's just get right into it. But having a close look at the head here first, he definitely does have a nice bull look to him. Of course, based on the demon Bull King of Journey to the West. Although this character, whose name is Azulong, Akiyu Gamer, is not the true demon Bull King. He's the prince of the Bull Kingdom, of the Bull Clan, and he is the current demon Bull King's son. And he is trying to, prove to his father that he has what it takes to be the next Bull King. Although, despite this, he doesn't really, respect his father. His father doesn't really respect him either. So it's kind of like, not a hatred, but it's a weird, they have a relationship going on. And his younger sister is Fan, and his older brother is Red Sun. So, he's a really fun character. Can't wait to do more of him in the series. But just having a closer look at the detail here, you can see he's mainly made up of black, blue, gray, well, different shades of blue and gray, and some different shades of magenta and pink. As you can see, there's also, you probably can see maybe a little bit of orange throughout the body, because I did take this body from Cole's mech, although he's definitely way more modified than the other two. You see there's a little bit of orange on the back there, as you can see in the back, and you can probably see a little bit in the arms once he comes back around. But he's definitely more modified than either of those guys. In fact, not really much of that Cole mech really remains. The only thing that I really kept was like the shoulder build right here, sort of like that kind of structure is the same, and that's kind of it. Everything else is very different. But he does have a really cool look to him, with all the nice like grays, the pipe lining on the from the hands to the arms there. He does have a little pink energy core in the middle right there, as you can see. Lots of nice azure colors going on. He does have his weapon stored on the back. His little medallion is holding it, as you can see right there, which we'll take a look at in a second. He does also have cannons on the top right there. They can't really sit flush in this mode because they can't go down any further because of the horns, but they do add for a nice look. His eyes are made of a little bit of that pinkish salmon color that Lego likes to use. We'll have a better look at that once he comes back around fully. But he does look nice and beefy, pretty much every look. He does look very threatening, very monsterish, which is of course what you're going for, because he is, an evil character. I just think he does look really good, really fun. But yeah, that's kind of the first look at him. For the in-hand appraisal, everything I just said still applies here. One little thing that he can do is that his weapon obviously can't come off, and he can hold it in this form as well. It just attaches right here via studs and anti-studs right there. And then you can kind of wrap the hand around it and fingers to get him to hold his weapon like so, which again is really fun. But yeah, that's about it for that. Articulation wise, you do have a fair bit in this form. The fingers, you can see, do articulate. They can move in and out like that. Just a little simple joint there. He does have ball joints in the wrist as well. Working hands. These little the part that connects weapons to the hands can move as well. He has ball joints for the shoulders. Due to the way they're built, they're a bit more limiting than a small Goku and Monkaizer, but you can move them still pretty decently, for pretty intimidating poses there. You do have a nice ball joint in the head. They can move up and down. You can rotate it very simply like so. The legs can kick forward, backward, but of course you can't kick it back too much because the medallion will come off. He does also have a waist rotation, but just due to the way that he's kind of hunched over in this form, it doesn't look very natural. And he does have nice ball joints for the ankles. But yeah, that's about it for articulation for this guy. And that's pretty much about it for this form. So let's get him transformed into his robot mode. To do that is very simple. But I like his transformation a lot. He does have more transformation than the two monkeys, which is really good. So little medallion does come off, so put that off to the side. And weapon is already off. We'll do with this last. Put this off to the side. What you're gonna do first here is take the little, not loincloth, but the little bottom part of the crotch here. You're gonna fold it all the way up like this to complete the chest. Then you're going to rotate the body all the way around like this to complete the torso there. Then what you'll do is kind of fold the hind legs up a little bit, take the feet, rotate them forward like so, fold them down, rotate them forward. Then you'll take what now are the kneecaps, so you're going to pull up on them a little bit on that technic joint, and then fold them down and push them back into place. And that will fill out that little gap right there to make the legs look more whole and not look like that. And we'll do the same to this one, like so. So there are your legs complete. You can stand them up now. Then what you'll do is take the medallion, put it on to the chest very simply like that. Make sure I have that on, right? Okay, yes I do. Okay, perfect. Then you'll take the pipe lining. It will actually disconnect from the hand right here. So take that off from the hand, and it will actually attach then onto the little technic spot right there onto the shoulder. So connect that just like so, and we'll do the same to the other side. Disconnect it from the hand and plug it into the shoulder, just like that. Okay. Then what you'll do is take off the horns real quick. Just take them off real quick so you can fold down the cannons right there. Fold the head down, and then the horns will go back on, but they will be pointing up this time instead of forward. So we'll just reattach them like so and like so. There we go. And then finally, to complete the transformation, well, his transformation is actually done. What you're going to do with the weapon here is the bottom part actually comes off, and it will reattach right here to the top, making a more complete looking axe weapon. And then he can just hold that very simply, just like he did in the other form, just like so. And then you can wrap his little fingers around it. So you have the transformed Bullkaizin all put together. There's transformed Bullkaizin, and he does look really cool. Now you guys may be asking, why doesn't his name change once he's, from the bull mode to his mech form, and or the full mech form? That's because he is not called Kaiser, because like Kaiser Mongoku and Kaiser Goku are both have Kaiser for their name, but every other ranger in the series right now only are called Gamer. So he's not Kaiser, so his name does not change when he goes from Arcadeger Bullkaizin to the full-on Bullkaizin. That's just the way it works in this series. But yeah, but getting past that, you have of course look at him here, and he does look really fun. I think you guys might like this one the best out of all of them. He really does give off a complete different vibe from the other two, and I was a little bit concerned about making this guy at first, because this guy and Blue Goku or Small Goku are majority black, so I was kind of worried that they would end up looking a little bit too similar, but they actually don't. These guys, those two don't look anything alike. We'll bring them in for a little comparison a little bit later on, but I definitely think that in terms of going from one mech to another, he does change the most. Which is also, I think, why I named, also the reason why I named them differently. Because this guy, he does feel more like his own thing. And, I just really appreciate that. And also, he's not a Kaiser yet, or like the Bull King yet. So, he doesn't deserve to have a name change, I suppose. But, but anyway, talking about the actual aesthetic now, I definitely think this is, again, really cool mech, Again, Monkaizer is a very different series to the previous ones, especially going back the previous year to Zenolger, where like Skosh Zeno was like really small. And I really like Skosh, or Damon Skosh. He was really small, and I liked him a lot. He was really neat. But this guy, he does give off a completely different vibe, because always when you get a mech that transforms by itself, it's not a 6 Ranger. It's always red. But you never get one that's blue. And I'm not talking about one of those ones that have we can all have our own individual Zords, robots, and the Megazord. No, just like one complete robot all to himself. this is what this guy is, and he's just really, really fun. And, you know, like I already said, I think him going from the his Arcadeger form to the whole robot form does change the aesthetic a lot, and it just makes him, I think, probably the most impressive. Not my favorite in the line still, because I will say that this guy doesn't play the best with everybody, because, you know, he doesn't have, you know, the most combinations he can do, because like you can't really combine him with Hanga, or well, you can combine with Hanga, but you know it's not gonna be as clean. Or like Ryuma is also another hard one to do, but he's really meant to be kind of his own thing. He can combine with the others, which we'll show off in future videos. Not this video, but in future videos we'll show that off. But he's definitely meant to be his own guy. But I do think he does do a good job at that. But let's get him off the little turntable. We'll just have one quick little look around, because I've been doing a lot of talking and not moving the camera a whole lot. But you can definitely see all the nice blue, the transparent blues. I love the pipe lining on the arm. Definitely makes him look very mechanical, but also very organic at the same time. It's a mix of both, which is of course what we are going for. But yeah, let's get him off the little turntable and have a closer look at him. Much else to say, but I do think the in-hand appraisal does kind of give you guys a better kind of idea of what this guy is like. If you want articulation in this form, which it's of course the same, and there's no new added articulation, of course, but the mobility is a bit better. Again, the ball drain, the head is still there, still the same. You can get better at your motion because the cannons are not in the way. The arms are the same, nothing really changed with them. But you know, even though they are more limited, it's not even really that bad, because you can like pivot them in and out a little bit. You can move them outward, not the most, but you can get some good poses with him if you try. He does have ball joints on the wrist. He's the only one that has hand articulation, because he's the only one that actually has a separate wrist. Finger articulation, of course. He does have a waist swivel, just like all the mechs do, or all the full body mechs do. And the legs can kick forward, backward, in, out, and he does have the ankle articulation as well. So he definitely does have some good articulation under his belt. You know, he's definitely more brickish, but he's also, I think, really playable. But yeah, there's that. Here's the size comparison with the three mechs so far: Monkaizer, Robo Small Goku, and Bullkaizin's robot form. I think, like I said, these two are mainly black, but these two I don't think look too similar on the show. I do think they do stand out from each other, and of course Monkaizen does stand out, or Monkaizer does stand out on his own, just completely. But in terms of actual scale, of course they do scale together. Of course, I wouldn't build a mechs that wouldn't scale together unless I was doing it for a specific reason. Monkaizen and Small Goku are a bit taller, which does make sense because, you know, they're monkeys. They're the Monkey King. Well, he's the false Monkey King, but the Monkey Kings, and they're a bit leaner. You know, like, I know I said these guys were a little bit bulky, but these guys are definitely leaner. They're not crouched, because this guy, he's bulkier, he's more stout, he is crouched, but he does look really, really cool. And I think these three on, you know, just sitting right here, look really, really good. I think if you got, like, you know, all these guys like fighting, you know, on a display, it would be a really, really cool one. But yeah, that's something, a little size comparison there. Guys, that's gonna about do it for Bullkaizin. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and the mech. Tell me what you guys think, and if you're excited for, you know, the future of Monkaizer. Again, like always, Monkaizer's storyline will be in the link in the description on the Instagram page. Please check that out if you are interested. I know you are interested, at least a little bit, because you are watching the videos. And thank you for that. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for supporting me. And, you know, I'm just really, really appreciative of, you know, the position I'm in, you know. I have noticed the Monkaizer videos, views, you know, have decreased from Xenoger and Entry Tender. We're kind of back in like 2022 viewing era. I don't know if that has anything to do with, you know, how, you know, the mechs look. It probably has something to do with the change of the mechs looks. But I have noticed that the likes on these videos are actually really, really good. You know, because normally, you know, I think the views and likes are equivalent, but it's actually pretty good here. So I'd rather have like more likes on a video with less views, you know, like a video with more views and less likes. You know, I just think it just proves to me that those who are watching the videos are actually enjoying them and enjoying, you know, what I'm actually doing and reviewing and talking about. So thank you guys so much for that. So I'm gonna get out of here. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.